Nile Buggy and Patrick McGee in At Swim Two Birds, adapted for radio by Eric Ewins from the novel by Flann O'Brien. The play takes place in Dublin in the 1930s, but largely in the kingdom of the mind of its main character, Miles.
Let us begin with a breakfast. Any old breakfast, for they were all the same, every man jack of them, as to food and the conversation with my uncle. No, wait. There was one that was different, that marked, so to speak, a staging post in my career as a student. The previous evening, I was walking through the Stephen's Green and conducting a conversation with a man called Brinsley. He purported to be a student and part-time poet. He suggested we should drink a number of jars or pints of plain porter in Grogan's public house. We sat in the mullioned snug, and I reflected on the solemnity of the occasion. It was my first taste of porter. Some hours and many jars later, having deposited a gallon of the stuff on the floor of Grogan's, I put myself with difficulty to bed. Came the dawn.
Job, you can't beat a good rasher.
I'm not hungry this morning. They look rather inferior.
Inferior, is it? It's a great pity you don't apply yourself more to your studies instead of slamming the bacon. Tell me this. Do you ever open a book at all?
I do so.
Well, I'm going to tuck in. There's a queer kind of smell coming from you.
It's the bad bacon.
Oh, a double of bacon? It's porter. Stale porter. No wonder I heard voices in your room last night.
My room is full of voices, and voices within voices.
Haven't I warned you about the drink?
Many times.
And hasn't the school, the college, and the church?
Yes. The Christian brothers were the strongest.
And in the flowers that wreathed the sparkling bowl fell adders hiss and poisonous serpents roll. What is alcohol? All medical authorities tell us it is a double poison, an irritant and a narcotic poison. As an irritant, it excites the brain, quickens the action of the heart, produces intoxication, and leads to the degeneration of the tissues. As a narcotic, it chiefly affects the nervous system, blunts the sensibility of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves, and when taken in sufficient quantity, produces death. When alcohol is taken into the system...
Oh. Well, faith, I don't know what to say. On the porter at your age. I never see you at your studies at all.
I work in my bedroom.
Aren't you very fond of your bedroom now? Why do you keep the door locked? What are you hiding? Why don't you study in the dining room here, where the ink is, and where there's a good bookcase for your books? Boys, but you make a great secret about your studies.
My bedroom is quiet, convenient, and I have my books there. I have 40 buckskin volumes comprising a conspectus of the arts and natural sciences. I have the works of Mr. J. Joyce and Mr. A. Huxley.
Damn the studying you do in your bedroom. The dear knows your father works hard enough for the money he's laying out on your education. A boy of your age who gives himself up to the sin of sloth. What in God's name is going to happen to him when he goes out into the world? Boys, but I often wonder what the world is coming to. I do indeed. Tell me this. Do you ever open a book at all?
I open several books every day.
You open your granny. Oh, I know the game you're at above in your bedroom. I'm not as stupid as I look, I'll warrant you that. Normally Parton should feel his British. Well, I'm off for a breather. Tell me this. Did you press me Sunday trouser?
I forgot.
What?
I forgot.
Well, that's very nice. Very nice indeed. Oh, trust you to forget. God look down on us and pity us this night and this day. Will you forget again today?
I'll try not.
Lord save us. There's a letter for you on the mat.
The slam of the door released me from my anger. I collected my letter and climbed the stair to my bedroom. My bedroom. My solitude. my crowded solitude, my sounding board, my echo chamber, my cave of the winds. I opened my letter. It was from Varney Wright of Newmarket, Suffolk, adjacent to the horses and their mouths.
Dear friend and member, thanks for your faith in me. Anybody leaving me now because of bad luck would indeed be a puzzler. You had the losers. Why not row in and make a packet over the winners that are now our due? I now have sensational information from the right quarter that the animal in question will be slipped at the right moment with the right man up, and there will be a golden opportunity to all who act pronto and give their bookmaker the shock of his life. To all my friends forwarding 6p, I will present this 3-star cast iron plunger, and we will have the win of our lives and all the bad luck forgotten. We will feel bucked when this animal flashes past the post at a fancy price. Act now. P.S. No business transacted with minors or persons at college. The above will be the business. Have the win of your life.
I put the letter with care into a pocket at my right buttock and crossed to the mirror. I did not relish what I saw therein. The mirror had been supplied gratis by Messrs. Watkins, Jemison and Pym, and bore brief letterpress in reference to a proprietary brand of ale, between the words of which I had acquired considerable skill in inserting my countenance when I shaved, every second day. It was the second day, but I did not feel like it. I went to the tender trestle of my desk and sat down. I closed my eyes, hurting slightly my right thigh, and retired into the kingdom of my mind. For a time, there was complete darkness and an absence of movement on the part of the cerebral mechanism. Slowly, I began to reflect on the subject of my spare time literary activities. One beginning and one ending for a book was a thing I did not agree with. A good book may have 3 openings entirely dissimilar and interrelated only in the mind of the author. Characters should be interchangeable as between one book and another. After an interval, Finn MacCool, a hero of old Ireland, came out before me from his shadow, beginning a humorous or quasi-humorous incursion into ancient mythology. Finn, the wide-hammed, the heavy-eyed. Each thigh to him was to the thickness of a horse's belly, narrowing to a green-veined calf to the thickness of a foal. 350s of fosterlings could engage with handball against the wideness of his backside, which was wide enough to halt the march of warriors through a mountain pass.
Of the musics you have ever got, which have you found the sweetest?
Who is it?
It is Conan.
I will relate. When the 7 companies of my warriors are gathered together on the one plain, and the truant, clean, cold, loud-voiced wind goes through them, too sweet to me is that.
Good for telling. Relate further.
Echo blow of a goblet bass against the tables of the palace. Sweet to me is that.
Relate further.
I like gull cries and the twittering together of fine cranes. I incline to like pig grunting Moethna, the bellowing of the stag of Tara, the whinging of fawns in Derrynish. The low warble of water owls in Loch Bara also, sweeter than life is that. I am fond of wing beating in dark belfries, cow cries in pregnancy, trout spurt in a lake top. Also the whining of small otters in nettle beds at evening, the croaking of small jays behind a wall. These are heart-pleasing. I am friend to the pillibeen, the red-necked chuff, the parsnip landrail, the pillibeen mona, the bottle-tailed tit, the common marsh coot, the speckled-toed guillemot, the pillibeen slatia, the moor gannet, the peregrine plough owl, the long-tiered bush owl, the wicklow small fowl, the bevel-beaked chuff, the hooded tit, the pillibeen ishke, the common corby, the fish-tailed mudpiper, the crushkeen lawn, the carrion seacock, the green-lidded parakeet, the brown bog martin, the maritime wren, the dove-tailed wheatcrake, the beaded daw, the Galway hill bantam, and the pillibeen. It is true that I will not.
Let us forward for the love of God.
Who is it?
It is Dermot Dunn, Brown Dermot of Galway.
It is true that I will not.
Relate for us the tale of the Feast of Brickcrew.
I cannot make it.
Then the tale of the Bull of Cooley.
It goes beyond me. I cannot make it.
Then the tale of the Giel of Jacob and his old horse of the world.
Who is it?
Surely it is Gar Mechancati O'Hussey, the middleman of the three brothers from Philipstown.
I cannot make it.
Recount then, for the love of God, the tale of the enchanted fort of the Sally Tree. Or give Shanachi's tidings of the little brawl at Allen.
They go above me and around me and through me. It is true that I cannot make them.
Oh, then, the story of the churl in the puce greatcoat.
Evil story for telling that. And though itself I can make it, it is surely true that I will not recount it. It is a crooked and dishonourable story that tells how Finn spoke honey words and peace words to a stranger. Who has heard honey talk from Finn before strangers? Finn that is wind quick, Finn that is a better man than God, that could best God at ball throw or wrestling or pig trailing. Or where is the living human man who could beat Finn at the making of generous cheese, at the spearing of ganders, at the magic of thumbsuck, at the shaving of hog hair? Finn that could carry an armed host in the craw of his gut-tongue knickers.
Good for telling.
Who is it?
It is I, Conan.
I believe it for truth.
Melodious is your voice.
Small wonder that Finn is without honour. Finn that is twisted and trampled and tortured for the weaving of a storyteller's bookweb. Who but a book post would dishonour the god-big Finn for the sake of a gap-worded story? Who could put a terrible madness on the head of Sweeney for the slaughter of a single Lent-gaunt cleric, to make him live in treetops and roost in the middle of a yew, not a wattle to the shielding of his mad head in the middle of the wet winter, perished to the marrow without company of women or strains of harp pluck, with no feeding but stag food and the green branches. Who but a storyteller?
True for telling, true for telling.
Who is it?
It's me. It's I, Brinsley. Are you dead or alive?
Oh, come in. Let me get to the bed. I feel very bad. I thought it might be my uncle. Close the door and lock it.
So, this is the centre of your spare time literary activities, huh? The kingdom of your mind. Well, it's most unbecoming.
It becomes me.
Well, I thought I'd better search you out since you haven't been at college for 3 days.
I've been in bed for 3 days and nights.
Because you're the queer bloody man. What What happened in the name of God?
Oh, I was down on Parnell Street with the Shader Ward, the two of us drinking pints.
Yeah?
Well, I started to puke, and I puked till the eyes nearly left my head. I made a right hames in my suit. I puked till I puked air.
Is that the way of it? Begob, when I gave you your first pint in Grogan Snug, I didn't expect you to be banjaxed for the rest of your days.
Look at here. I was talking to the Shader about God and one thing and another, and suddenly I felt something inside me like a man trying to get outside of my stomach. The next minute, my head was in the grip of the Shader's hand, and I was letting it out in great style. Oh, Lord save us.
It's a hard man.
I thought my stomach was on the floor. Take it easy, says the Shader. You'll be better when you get that off. Better? How I got home at all, I couldn't tell you.
Well, you're here. You did get home.
Yeah, eventually. What are you laughing at? What's so funny?
You and your book and your porter.
Hey, did you read that stuff about Finn? That chapter I gave you about Finn and Conan?
Oh, yeah, that was the Pig's Whiskers. That was funny, all right.
Good. The god Big Finn.
Yeah. You know, there's two ways to make big money. To write a book or to make a book.
Yeah. A man from Newmarket is in touch with me, but I have no money, so I'll write a book.
Oh, will you now? What make of a book?
The novel and the play are both pleasing intellectual exercises. The play is consumed in wholesome fashion by large masses in places of public resort. The novel is self-administered in private. The novel, in the hands of an unscrupulous writer, could be despotic.
In the name of God, what do you mean by that?
Well, just think. It is undemocratic to compel characters to be uniformly good or bad, or rich or poor. Each should be allowed a private life outside the book, self-determination, and a reasonable standard of living. This would make for self-respect, contentment, and better service from the author.
That's all me bum.
Oh, is it then? Have you a mind at all? An imagination?
I have me bum.
You and your bum. Hey, listen to this. My second opening, intercepted by my imagination before the onset of Porter. Dermot Trellis, the rated occupier of the Red Swan Hotel, was a man of average stature, but his person was flabby and unattractive, partly as a result of his having remained in bed for a period of 20 years. He was voluntarily bedridden and suffered from no organic or other disease. He occasionally rose for very brief periods in the evening to pad about the empty house in his felt slippers or to interview Teresa, the slavey in the kitchen, on the subject of his food or bedclothes. He had lost all physical reaction to bad or good weather and was accustomed to trace the seasonal changes of the year by inactivity or by the virulence of his pimples. He never went out and rarely approached the windows.
Give us a look. The neck to Trellis is house thick and house rough, and is guarded by night and day against the coming of enemies by his old watchful Boyle. his bottom is the stern of a sea blue schooner, his stomach is his mainsail with a filling of wind. his face is a snowfall on old mountains, and the feet are fields. Well, begob, you'll have a fine old hoolie going on in your kingdom before you're finished, huh?
Oh, hey, it's the uncle. Unlock the door, quick.
Well, you're not up yet. A fine thing. I brought the evening paper.
This is Mr. Brinsley, a friend of mine.
Eh? Oh, I didn't see you in the gloom. How do you do, sir?
Good evening.
You're a university man, Mr. Brinsley?
Oh, yes.
Ah, very good. It's a grand thing, that, the thing that will stand to you, it is certainly. A good degree is a very fine thing to have. Are your masters hard to please, Mr. Brinsley?
Well, no, as a matter of fact, they don't care very much.
Do you tell me so? Well, it was a different tale in the old days. The old schoolmasters believed in the big stick. Oh, plenty of that, boyo. Tell me this, Mr. Brinsley. Are you going to be a doctor?
I am not.
Or a schoolmaster?
He hopes to get a job from the Christian Brothers when he gets his BA.
Oh, that would be a great thing. The brothers, of course, are very particular about the boys they take. You must have a clean sheet, a good record.
Oh, well, I have that.
Of course you have. But doctoring and teaching are two jobs that call for great application and love of God. For what is the love of God but the love of your neighbour? It's a grand and a noble life, teaching the young and the sick and nursing them back to their God-given health. It is faith. There is a special crown for those that give themselves up to that work. On the matter of the brothers, Mr. Brinsley, would you care for me to put in a word for you?
Oh, thank you very much, but...
The order, of course, is always on the lookout for boys of education and character. Tell me this, Mr. Brinsley. Have you ever...
I never thought of that.
Do you not think the religious life would appeal to you?
Well, I'm afraid I never thought much about it.
It's a good, healthy life and a special crown at the end of it. Oh, every boy should consider carefully before he decides to remain out in the world. He should pray to God for a vocation.
What about your nephew, him on the bed?
Not everybody is called.
Perfectly true. Not everybody is called. Only a small and select band. I want you to make me a promise, Mr. Brinsley.
Yes?
Will you promise me that you'll think about it?
Oh, I will certainly.
Good. God bless you. I leave you now to your man.
Holy God. I hope that Dermot Trellis is not a replica of the uncle.
Hey, lock the door.
All right.
No, he's not a bit like. Never. He's coming on well. Now listen. Dermot Trellis stirred feebly in the stillness of the second floor in his hotel, the Red Swan, overlooking Peter Place. His bed was a timber article of great age, in which many of his forefathers had died and been born. Also, there was a deal wardrobe and 2 chairs. On the window ledge, there was a small Bakelite clock, which grappled with each new day as it entered his room through the window from Peter Place, arranging it with precision into 24 hours. He supervised the weekly wash, which was carried out by his servant girl, Teresa, on Tuesdays. He arose from his bed and drew on his trousers and went out to the dark stairs. Strong basement smells assailed his nostrils. The odours of a washerwoman's fate from a kitchen beflagged with the steamy bunting of underclothes drying. The ceiling was decked with the rectangular banners of his long-tailed shirts, the ensigns of his sheets, the flags of his bed bibs, the great buff pennants of his drawers. The figure of Teresa was visible at the stove, her thick thighs presented to the penetration of the fire.
Oh, begob, slavies are the Ford cars of humanity. Tin Lizzies, mass-produced by the 100,000. But they're grand girls, and there's nothing I like better.
That is all your bum. I was pleased with the nature of my riposte. To get the better of an intellectual Meath man, as I saw in his eyes I had done, took no little doing. So, unlocking the door, I let Brinsley out, arranging to meet him in a few days' time at the college. On the breakfast of that day, I asked my uncle to give me 5 shillings to buy Die Hartsreise by Heine. His head was bent, his 2 eyes engaged on a meticulous observation of the activities of his knife and fork as they dissected between them a fried haddock. Suddenly, disengaging his right hand, he dipped in his waistcoat and put 2 half-crowns on the tablecloth. I thanked him, going quickly to the street in my grey coat and bending forward through the cold rain to the college. Brinsley was alone in the smoke room. Everyone else was playing athletic games.
I was talking to a friend of yours last night.
Oh, yes?
I mean Mr. Dermot Trellis. Oh. He has bought a ream of ruled foolscap and is starting on the story. He is compelling all his characters to live with him in the Red Swan Hotel, so that he can keep an eye on them and see that there is no boozing.
I see.
Most of them are characters used in other books, chiefly the works of another great writer, William Tracy. There are cowboys in room 13, and Mr. MacCool, a hero of old Ireland whose voice has changed, is on the floor above. He broke it in adolescence, but as the years passed, it mended again. The cellar contains leprechauns.
And what are they going to all do?
Trellis is writing a book on sin and the wages attaching thereto. He is appalled by the spate of sexual and other crimes recorded in recent times in the newspapers, particularly in those published on Saturday night.
Sure, nobody will read the like of that.
Oh, yes, they will. Trellis wants this salutary book to be read by all. He realizes that purely a moralizing tract would not reach the public. Therefore, he is putting plenty of smut into his book. There will be no less than 7 indecent assaults on young girls, and any amount of bad language. There will be whiskey and porter for further orders.
I thought there was to be no boozing.
There will be no unauthorized boozing. Trellis has absolute control over his minions, but this control is abandoned when he falls asleep. Consequently, he must make sure that they are all in bed before he locks up and goes to bed himself. Now do you understand me?
You needn't shout.
His book is so bad that there will be no hero, nothing but villains. The central villain will be a man of unexampled depravity. A small, dark man called John Forresky. Evil, it seems to Trellis, is the most contagious of all known diseases. Put a thief among honest men and they will eventually relieve him of his watch. In his book, he will present two examples of humanity. A man of great depravity and a woman of unprecedented virtue. They meet. The woman is to be corrupted, eventually ravished and done to death in a back lane.
Is that so? God, I see that horse the Peacocks is going today.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, 8 stone 4. You know, we'd be bloody fools if we didn't have something on this.
What horse is it?
What horse? Grandchild. Peacock's horse.
Oh, my God, I nearly forgot. I'm in the hands of a man from Newmarket. Listen to this. Dear friend and member, many thanks for yours to hand.
As promised, I send you my promised good thing, which is grandchild in the 4:30 at Gatwick on Friday. Do not hesitate to plunge and put on an extra shilling for me towards my heavy expenses. This animal has been saved for this race only for the past 2 months and is a certain starter. Ignore newspaper probabilities. This horse is my treble nap cast iron plunger for the week. No other selection given, and I know all there is to be known about it. Have a good bet on grandchild.
Go in for the win of your life.
Do you know this man?
He's a tipster who keeps writing to me.
And do you intend to back the horse?
I have no money.
Then all. Well, I have 2 shillings.
I have to buy a book today. I got 5 shillings for it this morning from the uncle.
What book?
Die Herzreise by Heine.
Oh, there's a house in Dalkey called Heartrise.
I wouldn't be caught dead in Dalkey.
Look, the price is 10 to 1, and I'll say that goes down to 7 to 1. 7 to 1, half a crown each way, that's 21 bob. You buy a book and you have 16 shillings change.
You have your bum.
That's all me arse. Have faith in Newmarket. Plunge to your limit on grandchild, and you'll have your book, and your heart will rise as never before.
Grandchild never put a hoof wrong. Later that same afternoon, I was sitting on a stool in an intoxicated condition in a snug in Grogan's licensed premises. Adjacent stools bore the forms of Brinsley and a Mr. Kelly, a member of the lower or working classes. In my thigh pocket, I had 11 and 8 pence and a weighty pendulum of mixed coins. Each of the arranged bottles on the shelf before me bore a dull picture of the gas bracket. Who can tell the stock of a public house, I thought. Many, no doubt, are dummies, those especially within an arm reach of the snug. The stout was of superior quality.
Here's to your health.
Look, Kelly.
Good luck. You can't beat a good pint. Soft against the tongue, but sharp against the orifice of the throat.
Do you know what I'm going to tell you?
Yes.
No.
A pint of plain is your only man.
Oh, your only man.
Do not let me forget that I have to buy Die Herzreise. Do not let me forget that.
There's a house in Dundrum called Heartrise.
I thought it was in Dalkey.
Hey, what a building with a jar. Hey, 3 stouts. Hey, before we die of thirst, will you bring us 3 more stouts? God, it's in the desert you think we were.
That's good stuff, you know, Brinsley. Bloody good stuff.
The best I ever drank.
And the last, maybe. No, don't pick him up. Oh, he needs a sleep. And how's the hard man, Trellis?
Oh, if I live this day through, tonight he gives birth to his villain, John Forresky. It might even make the final edition.
Is that so?
We are in a position to announce that a happy event has taken place at the Red Swan Hotel, where the proprietor, Mr. Dermot Trellis, has succeeded in encompassing the birth of a man called Forresky. Stated to be doing very nicely, the new arrival is about 5 foot 8 inches in height, well built, dark, and clean-shaven. The eyes are blue, and the teeth well-formed and good, though stained somewhat by tobacco. He is apparently not a virgin, although it is admittedly difficult to establish this attribute with certainty in the men.
I suppose it'll be too late for the medical correspondent to comment.
Oh, no. Huh? Why should it be? Our medical correspondent writes... The birth of a son in the Red Swan Hotel is a fitting tribute to the zeal and perseverance of Mr. Dermot Trellis, who has won international repute in connection with his researches into the theory of estheatogamy. The event may be said to crown the savant's life work, as he has at last realized his dream of producing a living mammal from an operation involving neither fertilization nor conception. Mr. Trellis told me in conversation that much of the credit for Mr. Forresky's presence on this planet today must go to his late friend and colleague, William Tracy, whose early researches furnished him with invaluable data and largely determined the direction of his experiments. This graceful tribute on the part of Mr. Trellis to the late Mr. William Tracy, the eminent writer of Western romances, his Flower of the Prairie is still read, is apparently directed at the latter's gallant efforts to change the monotonous and unimaginative process by which all children are invariably born young.
Well, listen, now that he's arrived, where do they go from here?
Oh no, it's simple now. To begin his evil career, Forresky is sent by Trellis to betray Peggy, a domestic servant. But Trellis falls asleep, and you will remember that in that condition he loses control over his minions. So Forresky and Peggy fall in love at first sight and arrange to lead virtuous lives with a view to marriage, but to simulate the immoral actions, thoughts and words which Trellis demands of them while awake. Now, in order to show how the evil man Forresky can debase the highest and the lowest in the same story, Trellis creates a very beautiful and refined girl, Sheila Lamont, whose brother he has already hired to fetch and carry bits of plot for his moral tale. Unfortunately, he creates her in his own bedroom, and he is so blinded by her beauty that he assaults her himself.
The low louser.
Oh, pick up, your man's happy enough below.
Hey, there's a queer smell off this, Kelly.
Huh? What class of a smell is it?
Did you ever go into a room early in the morning where there'd been a hoolie the night before, with cigars and whiskey and food and crackers and women's scent? Well, that's the smell. It's a stale, spent smell.
There's a hum off yourself. Well, I've had my fair share. What do we do with his nibs?
Oh, we better leave him. Sometimes they'll wake up fighting drunk. But you better go back to your kingdom before your mind seals up.
Yeah, you mean my ears. By the way, now that winter is upon us, you will see little of me. Please answer with my voice at roll calls. A cousin of mine died in Davos.
The rain is the death of every Irishman, as the saying is.
As the saying was, let's go.
All right.
Let us reason no further on licensed premises.
Hey, Kelly, wake up!
I rarely left my room for the first 3 months of the winter, except on occasions when my domestic circumstances made it necessary for me to appear casually before my uncle, attired in my grey street coat. I was, if possible, on worse terms than ever with him, my continued failure to produce for his examination a book called Die Herzreise being a sore point. I cannot recall that I ever quitted the four walls of the house. Brinsley answered for me. Most of the time was spent in my kingdom. In fact, in the Red Swan Hotel. Mr. Forresky met Mr. Paul Shanahan and Mr. Anthony Lamont, two men of his own social class who became his close friends. On the very night Forresky was sent about his evil business, the rape of Peggy, They chatted while awaiting his return. Mr. Lamont recounted an adventure which once befell him in a book while teaching French and piano playing to a young girl. Mr. Shanahan, who was an older man and who had appeared in many of the well-known tales of Mr. William Tracy, such as Red Flanagan's Last Throw, Flower of the Prairie, and Jake's Last Ride, replied with a brief though racy account of his experiences as a cowpuncher in the Ringsend district of Dublin City. The old man MacCool had fallen asleep, tired from storytelling, in a chair in front of the fire. The other residents were elsewhere in the hotel, but within reach or call.
The hard Forisky.
Himself? My God, you weren't long.
You're quick off the mark, all right, huh?
Oh, it's not what you call a full-time occupation. It's what we call a life sentence.
It is not. You're right there.
Oh, you can get too much of them, the same women.
Is that a fact? Well, I never heard that said before. Come here, Mr. Forisky, did you...
It was all right, I'll tell you sometime.
Didn't I tell you it was all right?
You did. I'll tell you the whole story sometime, but not now. Is our man MacCool asleep or what?
Well, maybe he is, but by God, it didn't sound like it some time ago. Mr. Storybook, he was quite awake.
Oh, he was wide awake. Finn was nestling with these people, all right.
He was giving out a yarn, the length of me arm. Oh, right enough, he's a terrible man for talk. Aren't you now? Huh? Not a fact, Mr. Lamont.
My God, he can do the talking. They say in his youth he had a voice like that Russian, Charlie something.
Charlie Appen.
The very boy. But since he retired from heroism, it's more like a tired saw.
Or a sewing machine.
His stories are not the worst, though, I'll say that. There's always a head and a tail on his yarns. A beginning and an end. Give him his due.
Oh, I don't know.
I like to meet a man that can take in hand a yarn, tall or small, and not make a balls of it while he's at it. Relate the tale of the feasting of Dún na Gé.
It is true that I will not.
Oh, that's fine.
Relate then the account of the madness of King Sweeney, and he and a madman's flight through the length of Erin.
Oh, that's a grand fire. If a man has that, he can't want a lot more. A fire, a bed, and a roof over his head, that's all.
A bed? It's all very fine for you to talk now. You had something for your tea tonight that the rest of us hadn't, eh, Mr. Lamont? Know what I mean, eh?
Keep the fun clean.
I will relate.
He's awful good.
Draw in your chairs, boys. We're right for the night. We're away on a hack.
The first matter that I will occupy with honey words and melodious recital is the reason and the first cause for Sweeney's frenzy. One time when Sweeney was king of Dalarieta, Ronan, a saint and distinguished cleric, was marking out a sun-bright church on his territory and ringing his bell in the morning. Now, when Sweeney heard the bell, his brain and his spleen and his gut were exercised by turn and together with the fever of a flaming anger. He made a great run out of the house without a cloth stitched to the sheltering of his naked nudity to hunt the cleric off the place. He laid hands on Ronan and broke his bell, whereupon the cleric uttered this melodious lay in his dark voice.
My curse on Sweeney. His guilt against me is immense. He pierced with his long, swift javelin my holy bell. The holy bell that thou hast outraged will banish thee to branches. It will put thee on a par with fowls, the saint bell of saints with sainty saints. Just as it went prestissimo, the spear shaft skyward, you too, Sweeney, go madly, mad gone skyward. My cuss on Sweeney.
Sweeney went from the curse of Ronan, bird quick and feathered. He set forth in the air, and staying not for bog or thicket or marsh or hollow or thick sheltering wood and Erin, he travelled till he reached the church at Snavdain.
Oh, Snavdain.
Or Swim to Birds, by the side of the Shannon, arriving there on a Friday, to speak precisely.
Here the clerics were engaged in the observation of their knowns. Flax was being beaten, and here and there a woman was giving birth to a child. And Sweeney did not stop till he flew into the yew tree that was in the glen. Here he settled and roosted on its slender perch. In a later hour his kin came to halt beneath the tree for a spell of discourse and melodious talk about Sweeney, and no tidings concerning him either in the east or the west. And Sweeney in the yew tree above them listened till he made answer in his thin bird voice.
God has given me life here. Very bare, very narrow. No woman, no trysting, no music or tranchide sleep. Bereft of fine women folk, the brook lime for a brother. Our choice for a fresh meal is watercress always. Without accomplished musicians, without generous women, no jewel gift for bards. Respected Christ, it has perished me.
For 7 years, to relate precisely, was Sweeney at the air travel of all air, and returning always to his yew tree at Swim to Birds. For that was his fortress and his haven. It was his...
I beg your pardon for interrupting, but you're after reminding me of something. Brought the thing into me head in a rush.
And yesterday the man who mixed his utterance with the honey words of Finn was the first day, put naked into the tree of Quilburca with nothing to his bare hand but a stick of hazel. On the morning of
that thing you were saying reminds me of something bloody good. I beg your pardon for interrupting, Mr. Storybook, but did any man here ever hear of the poet Casey?
Who did you say?
Casey. Jem Casey.
On the morning of the second day thereafter, he was taken and bound and rammed, as regards his head, into a black hole, so that
No, give us a chance, Mr. Storybook, yourself and your black hole. Now, come here a minute. Will you come here till I tell you about Casey? Oh, all right. Sulk away in your corner. Now, do you mean to tell me you never heard of the poet Casey, Mr. Forresky?
I never heard of him.
You, Mr. Lamont?
I can't say that I ever heard of him either.
He was a poet of the people.
I see.
Is that so?
It is so. A plain, upstanding, labouring man, Mr. Forresky, the same as you or me. A black hat or a bloody ribbon. No, by God, not on Jem Casey. A hard-working, well-made block of a working man, Mr. Lamont, with a handle of a pick in his hands like the rest of us. Now, say there was a crowd of men with a ganger, all working there, laying a length of gas pipe on the road.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Now, the men pull off their coats and start shuffling and working there for further orders. Well, here at one end of the hall, you have your men crowded up together in a lump and then working away and smoking their butts and talking about their horses and one thing and another.
Yeah.
Now, do you understand what I'm telling you, Mr. Forsky?
Yeah.
Do you follow me, Mr. Lamont?
I see that.
Yeah. But take a look at the other end of the hall, and what do you see?
What?
Tell us.
You see me brave Casey digging away there on his own, right? None of your horses or your bloody blather for him. Here is me nab saying nothing to nobody, but working away at a poem in his head with a pick in his hand and the sweat pouring down off his face from the force of his work and his bloody exertions, huh? That's a queer one.
Do you mind that now?
Now, take that stuff your man was giving us a while ago about the green hills and the birds giving out the pay from the top of the tree. Yeah. Now, that's good stuff. It's bloody nice. I liked it, yes. I liked it very well.
It wasn't bad at all.
I have heard worse, by God often. It was all right now.
Ah, you can't beat it, of course. The real old stuff of the native land. You know, stuff that brought scholars to our shore when your men on the other side were on the flat of their bellies before the calf of gold with a sheepskin around their man. It's the stuff that put our country where she stands today, Mr. Forresky. And I'd have me tongue out of me head by the bloody roots before I'd be heard saying a word against it. Now, but the man in the street, where does he come in, huh? By God, he doesn't come in at all, as far as I can see.
Oh, that's the truth.
And another thing, You can get too much of that stuff. Feed yourself up with that tack once, and you won't want more for a long time.
There's no doubt about it.
But Jem Casey, there's one man that can write poems that you can read all day and all night. Stuff you'd never tire of.
You haven't any of his poems on you, have you? There's one thing I'd like...
I haven't one on me, if that's what you mean, Mr. Lamont. Oh. But I could give one out as quick as I'd say me prayers.
Well, stand up there and recite it, man. Don't keep us waiting. What's the name of it now?
The name or title of the poem I'm about to recite, gentlemen, is a poem by the name of The Workman's Friend. Oh, because you can't beat it. It's a poem about a thing that's known to all of us. It's about a drink of porter.
Porter? Up on your legs, man.
Come on, off you go.
Now listen.
Well,
listen.
We are listening to you. Get on with it.
When things go wrong, it will not come right, though you do the best you can. When life looks black as the hour of night, a pint of plain is your only man.
My God, there's a lilt in that.
Very good indeed, very nice.
Now, I'm telling you, it's the business. Now, listen now. When money's tight and is hard to get, and your horse has also ran, when all you have is a heap of debt, a pint of plain is your only man. When health is bad and your heart feels strange and your face is pale and wan, when doctors say that you need a change, a pint of plain is your only man.
There are things in that poem that make for what you call permanence.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean, Mr. Forsky?
All's no
plain is your only man. What do you think of that now, huh?
It's a poem that'll live. A poem that'll be heard and clapped when many more...
Yeah, but wait till you hear the last verse, man. The last polisher.
Oh, it's good. It's very good.
Now. In time of trouble and lousy strife, you've still got a darlint plan. You still can turn to a brighter life. A pint of plain is your only man.
Did you ever hear anything like it in your life? Oh, a pint of plain be gone.
There's one thing in that poem, permanence, if you know what I mean.
I do, Mr. Lamont.
That poem is a poem that'll be heard wherever the Irish race is wont together. It'll live as long as there's a hard root of an Irishman left by the Almighty on this planet. Mark my words. What do you think, Mr. Shanahan?
Didn't I tell you he was good? Oh, begorry, you can't cod me.
And recited well, Mr. Lamont. Don't forget that.
No.
Credit where credit is due.
I did my best. Oh, but it'll live. By God, it'll live, though mouthed by an Aegis.
Bloody sure it will.
A pint of plain be gone, eh?
Tell us, me old timer, what do you think of it? Give the company the benefit of your scholarly, pertinacious, fastidious opinion, Sir Storybook.
After a prolonged travel and the searching in the sky, Sweeney arrived at nightfall.
Oh, quick march again. It'll be a good man that'll put a stop to that man's talk.
What was you that woke him?
Oh, let him talk. It'll do him good. It has to come out somewhere.
Moore, your fancy kiss me hand, by God.
Sweeney arrived at nightfall on the shore of the widespread Loch Ree, his resting place being the fork of the tree of Tibradon for that night. It snowed on his tree that night, the snow being the worst of all the other snows he had endured since the feathers grew in his body. So he was...
Excuse me for a second. I've got a verse in me head. Wait now. Wait.
What?
In your head?
Hey, listen, man. Listen to this before it's lost. When stags appear on the mountain high with flanks the colour of bran, when the badger bold can say good boy, a pint of plain is your only man. What do you think of that?
Oh, well, be God, Shanahan, I never thought you had it in you. Will you take a look at the bloody poet, Mr. Lamont? Look.
The hard Shanahan, by God, the hard man. That's a good one, all right. Put it there, Mr. Shanahan. Right?
It's enough. Don't shake the hands off me altogether. Gentlemen, you flatter me. Order 10 pints a man till we celebrate.
Pints of plain, be God.
What else, indeed?
Whatever been said.
That'll do that, Perry, now. Now, silence in the court now. I'm a man that could always listen to what me fellow man has to say. He's turned on the board with him. The story is about this fella Sweeney that argued a toss with the clergy and came off second best at the wind-up. There was a curse put down in the book against him. The upshot is that your man becomes a bloody feathered bird. He could go from here to Carlow in one hop.
When everything had been said by Sweeney, a glimmering of reason assailed the madman till it turned his steps in the direction of his people that he might dwell with them and trust them. But holy Ronan in his cell was acquainted by angels of the intention of Sweeney and prayed God that he should not be loosed from his frenzy until his soul had been first loosed from his body. Sweeney devoted his time to the composition and recital of melodious staves on the subject of his evil plight.
Terrible is my plight this night. The pure air has pierced my body, lacerated feet. My cheek is green. Almighty God, it is my due. It is bad living without a house. Peerless Christ, it is a piteous life. A filling of green tufted fine cresses, a drink of cold water from a clear rill, stumbling out of the withered tree tops, walking the furze. It is truth. Wolves for company, man shunning, running with the red stag through the fields.
After that, Sweeney in his restlessness came to a synod of saints and penetrated to the place where the head saint Moling was. One day the madman was accused of an act of adultery in the hedge by the herd sister as she went with her measure of milk in the evening to place it in a hole in the cow dung for Sweeney, the herd sister putting the dishonourable lie in the ear of her brother. He immediately took a spear from the spear rack in the house, and Sweeney's flank being towards him as he lay in the cow dung at his vesper milk, he was wounded by a spear cast in the left nipple, so that the point went through him and made two halves of his back. Thereafter, a death swoon assailed Sweeney. At his tomb, Moling addressed himself to the honey-tongued recital of a lament.
Here is the tomb of Sweeney. His memory wrecks my heart. Dear to me, therefore, are the haunts of the saintly madman. Dear to me, that swim two birds, for Sweeney loved it. Dear its streams that leave it, dear its green-crowned cresses. Melodious was the talk of Sweeney, long shall I hold his memory. I implore the King of Heaven on his tomb and above his grave.
The weather in the following March was cold, with snow and rain, and generally dangerous to persons of inferior vitality. I kept to the house as much as possible, reclining safe from ill and infection in the envelope of my bed. My uncle had taken to the studying of musical scores and endeavouring by undertoned hummings to make himself proficient in the vocal craft. He had also acquired a gramophone and played over and over a thin spirant from the opera Patience by Sir A. Sullivan and W. Gilbert. I lay prostrate on my bed, endeavouring to maintain my composure. After a time, the thin music came upon my ear, thinner and hollower through the intervening doors, but perceptibly reinforced at the incidence of a chorus. Putting on my grey street coat, I made my way to Grogan's. When I entered, I found that Brinsley had Michael Byrne with him in the snug. Now, he was a man of diverse intellectual attainments. He was tall, middle-aged, stout. Large eyes moved briskly with attention behind the windows of his glasses. His upper lip protruded in a prim, bird-like manner. He was painter, poet, composer, pianist, master printer, tactician, and authority on ballistics. He was much addicted to sleep, and in fact was being attacked on this very issue by Brinsley when they paused to greet me and supply me with porter. Then Brinsley started again.
You're a terrible man for the blankets.
I'm not ashamed to admit that I love my bed. What is wrong with most people is that they do not spend sufficient time in bed. When a man sleeps, he is steeped and lost in a limp, toneless happiness. Awake, he is restless, tortured by his body and the illusion of existence.
I quite agree.
We must invert our conception of repose and activity. We should not sleep to recover the energy expended when awake, but rather wake occasionally to defecate the unwanted energy that sleep engenders. This might be done quickly. A 5-mile race at full tilt around the town and then straight back into bed.
Wasn't Trellis another great bedbug?
Oh, he was. He is.
I'm afraid I never heard of Trellis. Who is Trellis?
A member of the author class.
Did he write a book on tactics? I fancy I met him in Berlin.
No,
a man with glasses.
He's been in bed for the last 20 years.
I take it you're writing a novel.
He is indeed, and the plot has him well in hand.
Trellis's control over his characters is impaired by his addiction to sleep. There is a moral in that.
You must promise to give me a look at this thing.
I haven't finished it yet. Or rather, it hasn't finished me.
Trellis is a great man. Listen, Warren, he spends the days and nights reading books, and occasionally he writes one. He makes his characters live with him in his house, and nobody knows whether they're there at all or whether it's all imagination. He's a great man.
You will have to show me this thing. It involves several planes and dimensions. You have read Schultzmeyer's book, of course.
I make my own book.
Listen, tell us, what happened after Forresky fell in love with the girl he'd been sent to rape, and Trellis seduced the beautiful Sheila Lamont in his own bedroom?
Oh, very unexpected things happened.
You surprise me, you do indeed.
The villain Forresky, purified by the love of a noble woman, hatched a plot for putting sleeping draughts in Trellis's porter by slipping a few bob to the grocer's curate.
That was clever, begone, huh?
Now, this meant that Trellis was nearly always asleep and awoke only at predeterminable hours when everything would be temporarily in order, and they acted according to his original conceptions.
Well, what did Forresky do when your man was asleep?
Plenty. He married the girl.
What?
They took a little house in Dolphin's Barn and opened a sweetie shop and lived there happily for about 20 hours out of 24. Oh, because they had to dash back to their respective stations, of course, when the great man was due to be stirring in his sleep. They hired a girl to mind the shop when they were gone. 8 and 6 a week with dinner and tea.
And what happened to Shanahan and that crowd? I mean, how did they use their freedom?
Oh, Shanahan and Lamont were frequent and welcome visitors to the Forresky home in Dolphin's Barn. The girl Peggy made a neat and homely housewife. Tea was dispensed in a simple but cleanly manner. For the rest of their time, they did not use it too well, no. They consorted with sailors and corner boys and took to drink in bad company.
And the beautiful Sheila Lamont, raped at birth.
What?
I have told your friend and mine, Brinsley here, that a book with one beginning and one ending is a thing I do not agree with. A book may have 3 openings and, for that matter, 100 endings.
And your third opening?
Oh, I had forgotten to mention it to you before. It concerns Fergus, or the Puka MacPhillemy, a club-footed member of the devil class who lives in a hut in the middle of a fir wood.
The devil he does.
By making a magic pass in the air and snapping one thumb against 2 fingers, he can influence people and events.
Could he get us a drink, do you think?
I haven't him with me. He lives in my room.
I'll get them. 3 pints, please.
A little does he realise it, but the Puka is going to receive a visitor of an opposite nature. An event not unconnected with Miss Lamont, as soon as I get back to my kingdom.
Your kingdom?
He lives in his head, in his room.
Well, I hope he has headroom in his kingdom. I'm a Republican myself.
Come in.
I am already in, sir.
I cannot see you.
I'm already in the middle of your fine house. I am standing on a flag on the floor.
Welcome to my poor hut. But I do not see you there.
I have come to visit you.
Who are you?
My correct name is Good Fairy. I am a good fairy. You are a puka or devil. It's a fine secret, but one that is so big that each of us may share it with the other.
I hear what you say, but from what quarter are you speaking?
I'm sitting here in a white cup on the dresser, sir.
Be careful. There are 4 coppers in that cup, and I would ill like to be at the loss of them.
I have no pockets.
Oh, that surprises me. I do not understand how you can manage without the convenience of a pocket. The pocket was the first instinct of humanity and was used long years before the human race had a trousers between them. The quiver for arrows is one example, and the pouch of the kangaroo is another.
I disincline to think that kangaroos are human, sir.
At that time you spoke. It is a secret, of course, where your voice came from.
When I spoke last, I was kneeling in the cup of your navel, but it's bad country, and I'm there no longer, sir. In regard to the humanity of kangaroos, to admit unreservedly a kangaroo to be a man would inevitably involve one in a number of distressing implications. The kangaroolity of women, and your wife being one example. There is nothing so important as the legs in determining the kangaroolity of a woman. Is there, for example, fur on your wife's legs, sir?
I deem the point you have made as unimportant, because there is surely nothing to prevent a deceitful kangaroo from shaving the hair off her legs, assuming she is a woman.
Taking it for granted that the art of the razor is known to kangaroos. However, it is indisputable that a woman kangaroo is provided with a built-in bag where youngsters and trinkets may be stored. Did you ever notice, sir, that things were missing about the house where your wife might have put them in her sack for hiding?
I have frequently missed my glasses, and the black glove I use for moving the pan from the hob when it is hot. It is not impossible that my kangaroo has hidden them in her pouch, for there was never a child there.
Oh, it is regrettable that a man of your years can be put to the loss of his glasses and his black glove. Her life is very narrow without glasses, and a burnt hand is a bugger, sir. But I cannot keep calling you sir. Your name is one thing you have not related to me.
My name is Fergus MacPhillamy, and as you seem to be aware, I am by calling a devil or pooka. The vocation of the pooka is one that is fraught with responsibilities, not the least of these being the lambing and leathering of such parties as are sent to me for treatment. Where did your talk come from last time you talked?
When I spoke the last, I was skating on that hard lard in the pan, and I am now at present resting myself in an egg cup.
You have not informed me on the character of your sex.
My sex is a secret that I cannot reveal.
I see. Whether you are a man-angel is a conundrum personal to yourself and not to be discussed with strangers.
Exactly.
Where'd you say that from?
I was sitting under your bed on the handle of your pot.
Be careful of that pot. It's a present from my grandmother.
I'm now in the keyhole. It's full time I gave you tidings concerning the purpose of my visit to your fine house here. I have come to inform you, Fergus, about a party by the name of Sheila Lamont. She is suffering at the moment from a very old complaint. I refer now to pregnancy.
Miss Lamont is a woman?
Yes, and a fine one from the point of view of those that have bodies.
That is very satisfactory.
The child is expected tomorrow evening. I shall be there and shall endeavour to put the child under my benevolent influence for life. To go there alone, however, without informing you of the happy event, would be a deplorable breach of etiquette. Let the pair of us go, therefore, and let the best man of us win the day.
That's a fine saying and a noble sentiment. This party that you talk about, where does it live?
At the Red Swan Hotel in the city of Dublin. It's a glorious morning and the forest is looking its best. Could I trouble you, Fergus, to start walking?
I will start now. Should I take a stick?
Bring what you like. I travel light.
You are light. Where are you now?
I'm in the pocket of your coat.
You're a nice pocketful, if I may say so.
Off we go. I'll sit here in your pocket and look through the cloth and tell you when you make a wrong step.
It's a glorious morning.
There's no need to walk through every bed of briars, you see. You could give yourself a bad jag. Keep to the left. You're going the wrong way. There's something there in that clump. I saw something moving.
It's only a rabbit.
Yeah, have your porridge. There's a trousers on it.
A good day, sir. Come on out till we see you, and don't be afraid.
It's a man and an old one. Advance, sir, to be recognised.
Good morning, sir.
Greetings all round, and the compliments of the season. The name's Casey. Jem Casey, poet of the pick and bard of Booterstown.
That is very satisfactory. To meet a poet, that is a pleasure.
And the morning, Mr. Casey, can only be described as a glorious extravagance.
What sort of a voice is that? High and low like a bloody swing boat?
The remark about the weather was not made by me at all, but by a fairy that I have here in my pocket.
I believe you. I believe all that I hear in this place. I thought I heard a maggot talking to me a while ago from under a stone.
Quite likely. I waken all the maggots and beetles in the forest every morning with a magic pulse in the air with my thumb. Shall I send them to sleep early?
Oh, no, by God. Let them enjoy the day. This is a very queer place, certainly.
Tell me, Mr. Casey, what were you doing in that clump there?
Well, what do you think? What does any man be doing in a clump? I will tell you what I was at. I was composing a poem. That's what I was doing. I tell you, I was composing a poem about the working man. None of your fancy stuff.
If that's what you were at in the clump, stand out there and give us a couple of verses. We'll soon see. Go on now.
I will then, if you want me to. Come all ye lads and lassies prime from Macroom to old Strabane, and list to me till I say my rhyme. The gift of God is a working man. Your lords and people of high degree, and a fine and a noble clan, they do their best, but they cannot see that the gift of God is a working man. From France to Spain and from Holland gay to the shores of far Japan, you'll find the people will always say, the gift of God is a working man. He's good, he's strong, and his heart is free. If he navvies or drives a van, he'll shake your hand with the Gra McCree. The gift of God is a working man. Your lords and ladies are fine to see, and they do the best they can. But here's the slogan for you and me. The gift of God is a working man.
Good man yourself. Certainly, that's a great bit of writing.
Bravo.
Here's the last verse. A working man, hooray, hooray for a working man. He'll navvy and sweat till he's nearly bet. The gift of God is a working man.
Oh, good man.
Now that we've heard and enjoyed Mr. Casey's poetry, maybe we should be moving.
Moving where?
We are going to a hoolie. You are welcome to come with us. Fall in, quick march.
You in the pocket. Can you fly?
Maybe I can.
Well, would you go and tell me wife that I won't be home for dinner?
What do you take me for, a carrier pigeon?
Stop the talk. I see a man in a tree.
Where?
If you have wings, why in the name of Barney don't you take a flight in the air and have a good look instead of blathering out of you in the pocket there? I'm talking about what the rest of us can't see.
What do you take me for, a kite? I'll fly away in the air when it suits me and no sooner.
I was mistaken. It is not a man. It's a tit.
Whatever it is, it's not a man. It hasn't got a trousers on it. Are you coming down?
Sweeney, the thin grind it is, in the middle of the yew. Life is very bare here. Piteous Christ, it is cheerless. Grey branches have hurt me. They have pierced my calves. I hang here in the yew tree above, without chessmen, no woman tryst. I can put no faith in humans in the place they are. Watercress at evening is my lot. I will not come down.
Lord save us, you won't come down.
I think I know the gentleman. It's a party by the name of Sweeney. He's not all in it.
The voice that spoke was the voice of a bloody poet. By God, I know a bloody poet when I hear one. Now, hands off the poets. I can write a verse myself, and I respect the man that can do the same. It's an old man, and you can't leave a man roosting in a tree like that. After we're gone, he might get sick or have a fit and fall out of the tree. And then where are you?
He's none too steady now. Watch out.
By God, he is down.
Give him air. He's all right but bleeding.
Will you walk over there, Fergus, the way I can see this man that has been bird nested?
Certainly.
What is the man's name?
Sweeney, a mad-stricken king.
As I made the fine throw at Ronan from the middle of the hosts, the fair cleric said that I had leave to go with birds. I am Sweeney, the slender thin, the slender, the hunger thin. Berries crimson and cresses green, their colours are my mouth. I was in the centre of the yew, distraught with suffering. The hostile branches scourged me. I would not come down.
You're all right, man. You'll get over that. Don't you worry.
He's only taken a sore fall.
He might have split his arc. Help me with them, somebody. We'll have to bring him along with us. Begod, I'd die of shame if we left the poor bastard here on his thought. Come on, give us a hand, somebody.
I'm your man. Now be very careful.
Quick, march, me hard man. Put your best leg forward, and we'll get your bed before the sun goes down. We'll get a sup of whiskey into you to make you sleep. We'll get you a jug of hot punch and a package of cream crackers with plenty of butter. If you'll only walk, if you'll only pull yourself together, man. All together now, to the Red Swan. Forward, march.
I recall that I went into my uncle's house about 9 p.m. one evening in early spring. The sharp edge of my perception dulled somewhat by my indulgence in spirituous liquors. I was standing in the middle of the dining room floor before I had properly adverted to my surroundings. An elderly man of slight build was beside my uncle, smiling diffidently at me. His body was bent sideways in an awkward fashion, and his shoulders appeared to move lithely beneath his coat, as if his woolen small-clothes had been disarranged in the divesting of his street coat. His skull shone clearly in the gaslight under the aura of his sparse hair. His double-breasted jacket bore a vertical ripple in the front, a result of the inexpensive quality of the canvas lining. He nodded to me in friendly salutation. Fingering his coat-tails, my uncle took a stand near the fire and surveyed us, bisecting between us the benison of his smile. Not terminating it when he addressed me, it imparted a soft, husky quality to his voice.
Well, fella me lad, what are we at this evening? Mr. Corcoran, my nephew.
I hope I'm not disturbing you at your work.
No, not at all.
Faith, you'd want to be a clever man to do that, Mr. Corcoran. That would be a miracle, certainly. Tell me this, do you ever open a book at all?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The people that never seem to exert themselves at all, these are the boys that win the prize. Show me a man that's always fussing and rushing about, and I'll show you a man that never did a day's work in his life.
Maybe true, maybe not.
Now, a funny thing. I've a young lad at home, and I declare to God, I'm sick, sore and tired telling him to stop in at night and do his lessons, but you might as well be talking to that boot.
Might you really?
But wait. He came home the other day with a report, and I declare to God, the little monkey got his own back in great style. Oh, he had me where he wanted me. First in Christian doctrine, if you please.
Your boy Tom?
Young Tom, the same boyo.
Well, I'm very glad to hear it, I am indeed. A sharp-witted little lad he is, too. Right. Christian doctrine, of course. It is very nice to see the young lads making that their own. That particular subject, I mean. It is very necessary in the times we live in. It is, faith. Now, Mr. me friend, when are we going to hear from you? When are you going to bring home a prize? Certainly you have enough papers to win a prize at something, even if it was only a paper chase.
I know my catechism.
That is the main thing.
But do you? That's the question. What is meant by sanctifying grace? Why does the bishop give those he confirms a stroke on the cheek? Name the 7 deadly sins. Name the one that begins with S.
Anger.
Anger begins with A. Oh, indeed, there is little respect for the penny catechism in Ireland today, and well, I know it. But it has stood to us, Mr. Corcoran, and will please God to the day we die. Mark that, my lad. It's worth a bag if you find degrees and parchments, as any parish priest will tell you.
Talking about the clergy, I heard a good one the other day. About a PP down in the county meet.
Now, Mr. Corcoran, remember your audience.
What happened?
Well, he invited 2 young priests down to the house for dinner. 2 young priests from Clongowes or somewhere, you understand. Smart boys, doctors and all the rest of it. Well, the 3 of them went into dinner, and here were 2 fine fat chickens on the table. 2 chickens for the 3 of them.
No disrespect.
It's all right. Just when they were sitting down for a good tuck-in, the PP gets a sick call, and away with him on his white horse, after telling the 2 visitors to ease away and not to mind him or to wait for him.
Careful now.
Well, after an hour, back came his reverence, the PP, to find a heap of bones on the plate there. Not a pick of the 2 chickens left for him. He had to swallow his anger, for damned nothing else was there left for him to swallow.
Well, dear knows, they were a nice pair of curates.
Weren't they? Well, after a bit, the 2 said they were very full and they'd like to stretch their legs. So out went the 3 of them to the farmyard. Over comes the PP's cock. A grand big animal with feathers of every colour in his tail. "Isn't that the fine, proud cock you have?" says one of the curates. The PP turns and looks at him. And why wouldn't he be proud, says he? And him with 2 sons in the Jesuits. Isn't he good? The PP turns up a curate and looks him straight in the eye. And why wouldn't he be proud, says he? And him with 2 sons in the Jesuits. Do you get it, son?
I get it.
Very good indeed.
That reminds me of an even better one, with a lady in the plot for good measure.
Isn't it time you went to your room, my lad?
Yes, it is indeed. An important event is about to take place. Glad to meet you, Mr. Corcoran.
Goodbye now.
Miss Lamont has given birth to a fully grown son by Dermot Trellis. The Pooka and the Good Fairy arrive at the Red Swan to greet him and fight for his soul.
300,000 welcomes, sir. We are honoured to be here at the hour of your arrival. One and all, we have the honour to wish you good day, to trust that you had a pleasant journey, and that your dear mother is alive and well.
My mother is far from well, I'm afraid. But I'm deeply touched. Your kind gesture is one of those felicities that banish for a time at least the conviction that wells up in the heart of every newcomer to this world that life is empty and hollow, disproportionately trivial compared with the trouble of entering it. I thank you with all my heart.
Oh, that's all right.
The world is wonderful. Everybody has a different face and a separate way of talking. That is a very queer little mouth you have in your pocket, sir. I've only one mouth. This one in me face.
Do not worry or wonder about that. It's a little fairy that I carry in my pocket. As I say, we are honoured, sir. Mr.
According to my mother, my little name is Orlick.
Orlick Trellis. That is very satisfactory. May I ask what your plans are, sir?
I've nothing settled yet. I shall have to have a good look round first and find out where I stand. I must say, I was very surprised that my father was not present here to welcome me. One expects that somehow. My mother blushed when I asked about it and changed the subject. It's all very puzzling. I shall have to make some inquiries.
Those things in the baskets, they're bottles.
Why not open them and have a drink?
A modest celebration is undoubtedly called for.
I say, I must ask you to leave my pocket for a minute.
I wish to talk alone with our host.
That's all very well. Where am I to go? Put me on the floor and I'd be walked on, trampled to my death. I'm not a doormat.
Be quiet. What's wrong with the mantelpiece? You can lean on the clock till I'm ready to take you back. You remember our agreement?
Will I ever forget?
After all, I did win him at cards. Oleg Trellis is mine, and he's coming to stay with me in my hut in the forest for 6 months, by which time he will be all mine.
I will get even with you yet, if it takes me 1,000 years.
It was the late summer, a humid, breathless season that is inimical to comfort and personal freshness. I was reclining on my bed and conducting a listless conversation with Brinsley, who was maintaining a stand by the window. From the averted quality of his voice, I knew that his back was towards me and that he was watching through the window without advertence the evening boys at ball throw. We had been discussing the craft of writing and had adverted to the primacy of Irish and American authors in the world of superior or better class letters. He had expressed his inability to distinguish between Forresky, Lamont and Shanahan, bewailed what he termed their spiritual identity, stated that true dialogue is dependent on the conflict rather than the confluence of minds, and made reference to the importance of characterization in contemporary works of a high-class, advanced, or literary nature.
The three of them might make one man between them.
Look, they may look the same and speak the same, but actually they are profoundly dissimilar. Mr. Forresky has a Roman nose, Mr. Lamont a snub, and Mr. Shanahan's is like the breast of a female.
You tell me that?
Mr. Forresky is of the brachycephalic order, Mr. Shanahan of the prognathic.
Prognathic? What's that in the name of God?
With projecting jaws. And Mr. Lamont has a bullet head. I could go on.
I don't doubt it, but how does the story go on? Do you know that?
Of course I know that. The Forreskys are expecting a little stranger, and they take in Oleg Trellis as a lodger to help with the rent. After his 6 months in the forest with the puka, he is a changed man, smouldering with resentment at the stigma of his own bastardy and the dishonour and death of his mother.
So she's skipped it?
She died shortly after giving him birth.
My God, it is a veil of tears.
Oh, the uncle. Unlock the door.
All right.
Mr. Brinsley, I saw your notebook on the hall stand. Didn't often we see you.
Well, I'm working a lot.
Tell him that then. Well, Mr. my friend, and how are we this evening? I see you're as fond of the bed as ever. Mr. Brinsley, what are we going to do with this fella? Dear knows I don't know what we're going to do with him at all. Sloth. Lord save us, sloth is a terrible cross to carry in this world. You're a burden to yourself, to your friends, and to every man, woman and child you meet and mix with. One of the worst of the deadly sins, there's no doubt about it.
I'd say he's the worst.
The worst? Certainly. Tell me this. Do you ever open a book at all?
I open and shut books several times a day.
That'll do you now. There's no need for temper. No need at all for temper. Friendly advice no wise man scorns. I'm sure you've often heard that said.
Often.
Don't be too hard on him, especially about his studies. A little more exercise to do the trick. Mens sana and corpore sano, you know.
Eh? Oh, yes. Yes, there's no doubt about it.
I mean, the body must be in good condition before the mind can be expected to function properly. A little more exercise, and study will be less of a burden, I fancy.
Of course. Lord knows I am sick, sore and tired telling him that. Sick, sore and tired. Every evening in life I go for a 4-mile tramp myself. Every evening, wet or fine. Do you know what I'm going to tell you?
Yes.
I'm better for it. I am indeed. I don't know what I would do without my walk.
You're a bit late at it this evening.
Never you fear, late or early, I won't forget it. Oh, I'm just off. I came up to say hello to Mr. Brinsley. 4 miles. Think of that. Now, good evening to you. What would your poor father think?
God's teeth. Exercise indeed. Are you trying to drive me mad? Don't lock the door.
I'm off myself once he has a start. Do you feel like a few pints in Grogan's?
Oh, no, not tonight. Things are stirring.
Oh, in the Red Swan Hotel?
No, in Dolphin's Barn, at the Fortescues. Shanahan and Lamont are visiting. Peggy, expecting, is like a broody hen upstairs. Downstairs, Orlick is brooding about his revenge on Trellis.
Big Gop, he deserves the worst, a low-louser. Nothing is too bad for him. But how?
Shanahan and Lamont discover that Orlick has inherited his father's gift for literary composition.
Yeah?
And they encourage him to write a book that will put the fellow in his place once and for all.
Big job. Well, I'm for Grogan's. I'll leave you to it. Give him hell. When does Orlick make a start at the novel writing?
As soon as you close that door.
Cheerio. Keep me informed.
Cheerio.
Tuesday had come down through Dundrum and Foster Avenue. Brine fresh from sea travel, a corn-yellow sun-drench that called forth the bees at an uncustomary hour to their day of bumbling. Small houseflies performed brightly in the embrasures of the windows, whirling without fear on imaginary trapezes in the limelight of the sun slants. Dermot Trellis neither slept nor woke, but lay there in his bed, a twilight in his eyes. Generally speaking, he was at peace. Then, looking out of the window, he saw a saint marking out the wallsteads of a new sun-bright church, and concoursing and ringing shrill iron bells and reciting elegant Latin. For a reason, he was angry. He gave the whoop of a worldwide shout from the place he was and made 5 strides to the middle of his garden. Trellis took the saint by a hold of his wasted arm and ran, the two of them, until the head of the cleric had been hurt by a stone wall. The evil one then took a hold of the saint's breviary and tore at it until it was a tatters in his angry hand. The saint smoothed out the many-lined pages of his ruined book and recited a curse in poetry against the evil one. 3 stanzas of surpassing elegance and sun-twinkle clearness.
Mr. Orlick.
I beg your pardon, sir, but this is a bit too high up for us. This delay, I mean to say. Trellis may soon become immune to the drugs and realise the true state of affairs. And then we're all banjaxed, herself upstairs included. Couldn't you make it short, sir? Couldn't you give him a dose of something? Give him a varicose vein and the bloody heart, say.
You overlook my artistry. You cannot drop a man until you first lift him. See the point?
Oh, there's that too.
Or a varicose vein across the scalp, near the brain, you know. I believe that's the best.
I saw a thing in a picture once. A concrete mixer, you understand, Mr. Orlick? And 3 of your men fall into it when it's working full blast, going like the hammers of hell.
You must have patience, gentlemen. I will conceive some extremely recondite pains for Mr. Trellis. Concrete mixers are expensive.
Now, what about a needle in the knee? He kneels on it by mistake, drives it in, and then it breaks and leaves nothing to get a grip on. A knitting needle or a hat pin.
A cut of a razor behind the knee. Try it and see.
I wouldn't hear a word against it, but that tack of yours is too high up in the bloomin' clouds. You have to remember the man in the street. I may understand you. Mr. Lamont here may understand you. Mr. Forresky there may understand you. But the man in the street, oh, because you have to go very slow if you want him to follow you. A snail would be too fast for him. A snail could give him yards.
A nice, simple story would be very nice, sir. A nice, simple story with plenty of the razor. You understand? A slash of the razor behind the knee. Oh, that's the boy.
I gather my efforts are not approved.
You can do better. That's the way to look at it. You can do twice as good if you put your mind to it.
I think we might requisition the services of my master and mentor, the Pooka MacPhillamy.
If you don't hurry or get down to business, Sir Trellis will get us before we get here. He'll hammer the lights out of it, and my poor wife up there on the brink. Now get him on the room, Mr. Orley. Get the Pooka and let him get to work right away. God, if he catches us, it's a dish game.
What about this for a start? A big boil on the small of his back where he can't get at it. It's a well-known fact that every man has a little square on his back that he can't itch with his hand.
That's true.
There's such a thing as a scratching post.
Wait now. Silence, please. I'm going to start again. I'll call the puka in this time.
Certainly you can start again. There's no harm done, man. I've been longer in this world and I can tell you this. There's nothing to be ashamed of in a false start. We can but try, eh, boys?
Oh, we can but try.
Of course.
Very well. Here we go again.
Dermot Trellis neither slept nor woke, but lay there in his bed, a twilight in his eyes. Generally speaking, he was at peace. The utterance of a civil cough beside his ear recalled him to his reason. His eyes, startled sentries in red watchtowers on the brink of morning, brought him this intelligence, that the puka MacPhillemy was sitting there beside him.
Good morning to you, sir. No doubt you have awakened to divert yourself with the refreshment of the dawn.
Good morning, if you assure me it is one.
Your courteous salutation is one I cannot accept, for this reason, that its untrusting character invalidates it. It is my mission here this morning to introduce you to a wide variety of physical scourges, torments, and piteous blood sweats. The fullness of your suffering, that will be the measure of my personal perfection.
Your talk surprises me. Furnish 3 examples.
Boils upon the back, a burst eyeball, a leg withering chill, thorn-harrowed earlobes. There are 4 examples.
This is a piteous recital. Provide further examples.
An anabasis of arrow points beneath the agnail, razor cut to knee rear, an oak stirk in the nipple, suspension by nose ring, 3 motions of a cross cut athwart the back, a rat bite at twilight, an eating of small stones, and a drinking of hog slime.
These are agonies that I would not endure for a chest of treasure. To say which of them is worst, that would require a winter in a web of thought.
Do you know he's doing well? We're doing very well. By God, Trellis will rule the day. He'll be a sorry man now.
Bigger hiding no man ever got. A more ferocious beating was never handed out by the hand of man.
But we're taking all the good out of it by giving him a rest. We're letting him get his wind. Now, that's a mistake.
He'll get more than his wind.
Gentlemen, I have splendid news for you.
The best storyteller in all the world. We're waiting with our tongues hanging out. The same again, please.
A further thrilling installment.
No delay now.
Aye.
I've been engaged in profound thought. It is only now that the profundity of my own thought is dawning on me. I have devised a plot that will lift our tale to the highest planes of great literature.
Now, but that class of stuff is all me fanny.
Justice with vengeance.
What could be fairer than that? Aye.
In short, a trial.
A trial?
A trial. With Trellis in the dock and every man jack of us. The whole caboodle, so to speak. Everyone that had dealings with the man, giving evidence and sitting in judgment at one and the same time. In one and the same place, that is to say, the ancient concert rooms in Brunswick Street.
That place is a picture house now, of course. Plenty of the cowboy stuff there. Oh, many a good hour I spent there.
A great place in the old days.
Aye.
They had tenors or one thing or another there in the old days. Every night they had something good.
And every night they had something new.
But first, gentlemen, I have got to get him there.
Away we go.
Away we go.
That night they rested at Swim Two Birds. Trellis, on a thin branch surrounded by tufts of piercing thorns and tangles of bitter, spiky brambles. When the sufferer was strong enough to observe the shape of his surroundings, he saw that he was in a large hall, not unlike the ancient concert rooms in Brunswick Street. It was packed with people and tobacco smoke. There appeared to be no less than 12 kings on the throne. There was an ornamental bench in front of them, like the counter of a good-class public house. And with their jeweled fingers, they held the stems of long, elegant glasses of brown porter. To the left of the bench was the Pooka MacPhillemy, attired in a robe of stout cotton, bending an ear to Trellis.
What is going to happen to me next?
Shortly, you will be judged. The judges are before you on the bench there.
I see their shadow. Their names would be a boon.
The names of the judges are easy to relate. From left to right, Mr. Justice Ferrisky, Mr. Justice Lamont, Mr. Justice Shanahan, Mr. Justice Sweeney, Mr. Justice Casey, Mr. Justice McCool, and Mr. Justice Tracy.
And the jury?
The same.
That is the last blow that brings a man to the ground.
It is the right of a man that is accused to be defended by eminent lawyers. There are two men in the court here, and you can now be at the choice of them.
I wish you to represent me at the trial. What about you, sir? The gift of speech is the one thing they lack.
And a great pity, for they are fine-looking men. This is a serious blemish.
Call the first witness.
William Tracy, take the stand.
A judge acting as a juryman is bad enough, but to act also as a witness, that is most irregular.
Silence! Are you legally represented?
I have been assigned 2 dumbbells. I have declined their services. The answer is no.
Your ill-conditioned behaviour will avail you nothing. One more word and I will deal with you summarily for contempt. Proceed with the witness, Mr. MacPhillemy.
I meant no harm.
Silence!
State your name and occupation.
Tracy. William James, author.
You are acquainted with the accused?
Yes, professionally.
Explain your connections with the accused.
About 4 years ago, he approached me and represented that he was engaged in a work which necessitated the services of a female character of the slavey class. Eventually, I agreed to lend him a girl whom I was using in connection with Jake's last throw. A girl who would not be required by myself for some months, owing to my practice of dealing with the action of groups of characters alternately. When she left me to go to him, she was a good girl and attentive to her religious duties.
How long was she in his employment?
About 6 months. When she returned to me, she was in a certain condition.
No doubt you remonstrated with the accused?
Yes. He disclaimed all responsibility and said that his record was better than mine.
Did you reinstate the girl in her employment?
Yes. I also created an otherwise unnecessary person to whom I married her and found honest, if unremunerative, employment for her son.
Did the introduction of this character to whom you married the girl adversely affect your work?
Assuredly. The character was clearly superfluous and impaired the artistic integrity of my story. His introduction added considerably to my labors.
Is there any other incident which occurs to you explanatory of the character of the accused?
Yes. During his illness in 1924, I sent him, in a charitable attempt to entertain him, a draft of a short story I had written dealing in an original way with banditry in Mexico towards the close of the last century. Within a month, it appeared under his own name in a Canadian magazine.
That's a lie!
Oh, had better conduct yourself, sir. Your arrogant bearing and your insolence have already been the subject of severe comment. Is it your intention to cross-examine this witness?
Yes, Mr. Justice Sweeney.
Very well, then. Proceed.
Did you write the following in 1909? Many social problems of contemporary interest could be readily resolved if issue could be born already matured, teased, reared, educated, and ready to essay those competitive plums which make the civil service and the banks so attractive to the breadwinners of today. The process of bringing up children is a tedious anachronism in these enlightened times. Those mortifying stratagems, collectively known as birth control, would become a mere memory if parents and married couples could be assured that their legitimate diversion would straightway result in finished breadwinners or marriageable daughters. Did you?
Yes. I did. And I was right. I stand over it.
Very well. It speaks for itself. Cross-examination concluded, sir.
Call the next witness.
Let the good fairy take the stand.
I've been in the stand all the time. The grandstand.
Where is this woman? If she does not appear quickly, I will issue a bench warrant.
This man has no body on him at all, Mr. Justice Casey. Sometimes I carry him in my waistcoat pocket for days and do not know he's there.
In that case, we must declare the Habeas Corpus Act suspended. Proceed. Where is the witness now? Come now, no horseplay. This is a court of law.
I am not very far away.
Are you acquainted with the accused?
Maybe I am.
What class of an answer is that you give?
Answers do not matter so much as questions. A good question is very hard to answer. The better the question, the harder the answer. There's no answer at all to a very good question.
That is a very queer thing to say. Where did you say it from?
From the keyhole. I am going out for a breath of air, and I will be back again when it suits me.
The keyhole should have been stuffed. Call the next witness before the flyboy comes back to annoy us. You are the next witness. Am I? Oh, well, wait till I change.
Good luck now. Go on. You'll be thinking about it.
Yes, sir.
State your relationship with the accused.
I have been in his employment for many years. I had wide experience of cow-punching in Ringsend and had served with distinction at the siege of Sandymount. I was thoroughly trained and could serve in any capacity. But the accused ignored my talents, and I was compelled to spend my time directing and arranging the activities of others of inferior ability. I was forced to live in the Red Swan Hotel and allowed little or no liberty. In company with other parties, I presented a petition to the accused seeking improved pay and conditions of service. He also ill-treated some of my animals. Have you any proof? Well, yes, I see one of my cows in court. Over there. Call the next witness. Can she speak? Well, she has never spoken to me, Your Honour, but she's a magnificent specimen. Look at the udders. Look at the dewlap. My fingers and thumb can make her speak. State your name.
That is a thing I have never attained.
Are you acquainted with the accused?
Yes.
Socially or professionally?
Professionally.
Have your relations with him been satisfactory?
By no means.
State the circumstances of your relations with him.
In his novel entitled The Closed Cloister, I was engaged to discharge my natural functions in a field. My milking was not attended to with regularity, and when not in advanced pregnancy, a cow will suffer extreme discomfort, if not milked at least once in every 24 hours. On 6 occasions, during the currency of the work referred to, I was left without attention for very long periods.
You suffered pain?
Oh, intense pain.
Tell me this. Can you not milk yourself?
Oh, I cannot, Mr. Justice Lamont.
Monsieur, you appear to be very helpless. Why not, pray?
I have no hands, and even if I had, the arms would not be long enough.
That savours of contempt. This is a court of justice, not a music hall. Does the defendant wish to cross-examine?
I do indeed. Well, Whitefoot, you suffered pain because your milking was overlooked.
Oh, I did. My name is not Whitefoot.
You have stated that a cow will suffer considerable pain if not milked at regular times. There is, however, another important office discharged by the cow keeper. A seasonal rite not entirely unconnected with the necessity for providing milk for our great-grandchildren.
I do not know what you are talking about.
The failure of the cowkeeper to attend to this matter, I am given to understand, causes acute discomfort. Was this attended to in your case?
Oh, I resent your low insinuations. I did not come here to be humiliated and insulted.
Your ill-conditioned attempt to discredit an exemplary witness and to introduce into the proceedings an element of smut will be regarded as contempt and punished summarily as such. The witness may go. A more unsavory example of the depraved and diseased mind it has rarely been my misfortune to encounter. Call the last witness.
Anthony Lamont.
Anthony Lamont. Anthony Lamont.
You were an employee of the accused?
That is so.
Please afford the court a statement of your duties.
My main function was to protect the honour of my sister Sheila and look after her generally. People who insulted or assaulted her were to be answerable to me.
Where is your sister now?
I do not know. Dead, I believe.
When did you last see her?
I never saw her. I never had the pleasure of her acquaintance.
You say she is dead?
Yes. I was not even asked to her funeral.
Do you know how she died?
Yes. She was violently assaulted by the accused about an hour after she was born, and died indirectly from the effects of the assault some time after. The proximate cause of her death was puerperal sepsis.
Very delicately put. You are an exemplary witness, sir. If every other witness in this court were to have given evidence in a similar straightforward manner, our work would have been appreciably lightened. You may stand down, Mr. Lamont.
Well, I think the time has come for the black caps. You think the jury has heard enough evidence? Certainly they have.
I protest. You can't complain that you didn't get fair play. You got a fair trial and a jury of your own manufacture.
Not so.
That! The time for talk is past.
The job should be done at once, and the razor's the boy to do it. It's time to take him out to the courtyard.
I went in by the side door and hung my grey street coat on the peg in the shadow under the stone stairs. I then went up in a slow, deliberate manner, examining in my mind the new fact that I had passed my final examination with a creditable margin of honour. I was conscious of a slight mental exhilaration. When passing through the hallway, the door of the dining room was open. My uncle had Mr. Corcoran in attendance by his side.
I want a word with you.
How do you do, Mr. Corcoran?
Good evening, sir.
Well, Mr. my friend, how do you feel today? I have something to say to you. Take a seat.
Thank you.
I am sure you will remember that the question of your studies has been a great worry to me.
I remember.
It has caused me plenty of anxiety, I can tell you that. If you failed in your studies, it would be a great blow to your poor father, and certainly it would be a sore disappointment to myself. And you would have no excuse. No excuse in the wide world. You have a good, comfortable home, plenty of wholesome food, clothes, boots, all your orders. You have a fine big room to work in, plenty of ink and paper.
Plenty.
As you know yourself, I have strong views on the subject of idling.
I know.
Idleness darkens the understanding. Idleness weakens the will. Idleness leaves you a very good mark for the sinful schemes of the gentleman down below.
No. It's a great mistake to get into the habit of doing nothing. Young people especially would have to be on their guard. It's a thing that grows on you, and a thing to be avoided.
To be avoided like the plague. Keep on the move, as my father, the Lord have mercy on him, used to say. Keep on the move, and you'll move towards God.
He was a saint, of course.
Ah, he knew the secret of life. He did indeed. But wait for a minute now, Mr. me friend. I have said many a hard word to you for your own good. I have rebuked you for laziness and bad habits of one kind or another. But you've done the trick. You've passed your examination. And your old uncle is going to be the first to shake your hand. And happy he is to do it.
Thanks. Thank you.
I don't know you as well as your uncle does, but I think I'm a good judge of character. I don't often go wrong. I take a man as I find him. Now, I think you're all right. And I congratulate you on your great success from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Mr. Corcoran. Thank you very much. You often ask me if I ever opened a book, Uncle. Well, I've just closed one.
Oh, you have the laugh on me tonight, as you may say. Boys, there is nobody more pleased than I. I'm as happy as the day is long.
Oh, the stuff was there. It was there all the time.
Oh, he would be a queer son of his father if it wasn't.
How did you find out about the result?
Oh, never mind you now. The old boys know a thing or two. There are more things in life and death than you ever dreamt of, Horatio.
I went slowly up the stairs to my room. My uncle had evinced unsuspected traits of character and had induced in me an emotion of surprise and contrition. My steps faltered to some extent on the stairs. As I opened my door, I heard the Angelus pealing out from far away through the open window. Evil is even, truth is an odd number, and death is a full stop. When a dog barks late at night, he punctuates the serial enigma of the dark. Sweeney in the trees hears it as he sits listening on the branch. The eyes of the mad king upon the branch are upturned, whiter eyeballs in a white face. His mind is but a shell. Was Hamlet mad? Was Trellis mad? It is extremely hard to say. Even experts do not agree. One man will think he has a glass bottom and will fear to sit in case of breakage. In other respects, he will be a man of great intellectual force. Others will be subject to colours and will attach undue merit to articles that are red, or green, or white. Some will be exercised by the texture of a cloth, or by the roundness or angularity of an object. Numbers, however, will account for a great proportion of unbalanced and suffering humanity. One man will rove the streets seeking motor cars with numbers that are divisible by 7. Well known, alas, is the case of the poor German who was very fond of 3, and who made each aspect of his life a thing of triads. He went home one evening and drank 3 cups of tea, with 3 lumps of sugar in each, cut his jugular with a razor 3 times, and scrawled with a dying hand on a picture of his wife, "Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye."
At Swim Two Birds by Flann O'Brien was adapted for radio by Eric Ewins. Nile Buggy played Miles, Patrick McAlinny, the uncle, and Jim Norton, Brinsley. Dermot, Trellis and Finn were played by Dennis Hawthorne, Forresky, Donal McCann, Lamont, Sean Barrett, and Shanahan, Kevin Flood. Patrick McGee played the Pooka, and Kate Binchy, the Fairy. Sweeney was played by Alan McClelland, Conan and Moling by David Blake Kelly, Ronan and Corcoran by Alan Barry. Tom McCabe played Orlick, Wesley Murphy Tracy, and Harry Webster Kelly and Casey. The cow was Elizabeth Morgan. Technical presentation was by Jock Farrell. At Swim Two Birds was directed by Ronald Mason.